Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode. It seems to me like the Waterloo District School Board trustees simply cannot help themselves. Mike Ramsay has been at the center of multiple complaints, including being silenced for sticking up for Carolyn Berjowski, and he was basically taken out and he wasn't allowed to participate for 3 months. And there was a trial as well that happened. There's a YouTube video as well that you can check talking about Carolyn Berjowski and Mike Ramsay and how the board is constantly trying to silence freedom of speech. Now there's a new complaint. There's an article by the Waterloo region and it's titled "New Complaint Against Trustee Mike Ramsay is the Last Thing That We Need." And I wanted to go through this article because I believe that Mike Ramsay is constantly being attacked, and it seems like the school board is not happy with what is happening, with parents speaking out, with the trustees not being in line with whatever agenda that they're pushing in. So there isn't too many details in the article at this point on who's bringing forward the complaint, but let's see what Mike said. So apparently Ramsay was a guest on a local radio talk show in 2020 and was discussing an upcoming decision by the school board on whether to keep police officers in the school. The board later voted to remove them. Ramsay dissented and said the decision should have waited until more local students gave their opinions. Well, this is not something new because the board always thinks they know better than everybody. On the show, Ramsay also disagreed with Black Brilliance Advisory Committee to the board, which wanted the police removed. He said there were others with different opinions on the matter. He said they were not the only voice in the community. They're not representative of the entire community. So Mike Ramsay is a Black and former police officer. And according to minutes from the meeting, the board chair at the time, Scott Piatowski, told Ramsay the question should be asked in a meeting that was in camera. Ramsay continued to speak. Piatowski then ruled Ramsay out of order. I'm not surprised to see Scott Piatowski once again being involved in censoring somebody's opinions. He's been at the center of kicking Carolyn out when she brought the sexualized books at the school board meetings, and of course involved in that lawsuit as well. And during that lawsuit, if you look at the summary video that I made, Scott Piatowski literally brought, I believe it was 58 pages of complaints against Mike Ramsay. I mean, talk about a guy who literally can't help himself. He's probably over there with his notebook out, just waiting to write something down that triggers him so he can send it as a complaint. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So let's go on with this article. In an email response Wednesday, school board chair Joanne Weston said, "We can confirm that there is an active code of conduct investigation of a trustee. The investigation involves one or more Waterloo District School Board employees, so it has to be treated as in camera." So here's the interesting thing. They say the phrase "in camera" means the discussion is not open to the public or the media. Well, how conveniently transparent of them not to talk about this openly, right? I mean, I constantly rail on against the Waterloo District School Board. They are not accountable. They are not transparent. They are not responsible for their decision. And here we go again. And Weston added that the Board of Trustees is following the Code of Conduct, which can be accessed on the board's website. Now, I find it very ironic and hypocritical for Joanne Weston to even bring up the Code of Conduct. I mean, she literally makes things up on the fly, and I'm surprised that there are no complaints about her for the way she behaves. The last meeting when the trustees were being handpicked, Joanne Weston is not happy with parents being in the boardroom holding the trustees accountable. So they're trying to limit the amount of people that enter the boardroom, the amount of parents, and they limited to 12 parents. And they said, if you want to, you can use the overflow room or you can watch online. Now, there's nothing like actually going in the boardroom. You see how people interact. You'll see the activists on the front row. They don't stand up for the national anthem. You'll see that a lot of these trustees actually cater to these activists. They chat with them after. There's a lot of things that you don't see. More importantly, just the parents watching and putting the pressure on the trustees. They don't like that. They do not like being accountable. The only thing you need to do is go there and hold them accountable. And that's what I do. And this is what I do with this channel. So I find Joanne Weston, the chair, is extremely biased, and she's also extremely hypocritical. I mean, I can't believe that she's talking about these things, right? She says, respect and adherence to the code of conduct is an integral part of governing the school board and the responsibility we take seriously, she wrote. I mean, give me a break. The epitome of hypocrisy over here is just too much. These people cannot help themselves. We are, as ever, focused on student achievement and well-being in our work as the Board of Trustees, serving the students and families in the Waterloo Region School Board while respecting the processes laid out in the Code of Conduct. Fine, as long as there is room for healthy dissent. Respecting families? Absolutely not. I just said she's hypocritical. She kicks parents out. She does not want parents speaking. She constantly interrupts. During my last meeting, I've recorded my delegation, the second one. They cut the mic during the delegation because, they say, technical difficulties. They do not like what is being said. And they're trying to discredit, and they're saying, the books that you're bringing up. Did you know that they're bringing awareness to the abuses that children's? It's like, well, actually, funny you say that. I am now aware of these books that are in the library abusing the kids with the kind of material that they have. I'm not going to go more into that because I talk at length, and you can find these videos over here. But this is what I find. Mike Ramsay is constantly being under attack with these complaints of code of conduct by these hypocrites. All of these people are absolutely hypocritical. They're cowards. They do not like transparency. They do not like responsibility, accountability. They're trying to do everything behind closed doors. They don't really want to discuss who put the complaint forward. All of this is going to come to light. And once again, the Waterloo District School Board, they're just living up to their expectation at this point. The bar is so low. I'm actually surprised when they do something right. And they can't help themselves. They're always censoring people, and they're always saying, we want to be tolerant, inclusive of everybody over here. We accept everybody, safe spaces for everybody. All this garbage that they don't even believe themselves. First thing that they do is they censor people. It's our way or nobody's way. Let's see what happens with this. Mike Ramsay is a great voice for parents, and he's always encouraging parents to take part. So if you're a parent, you gotta get in that boardroom, and you gotta take responsibility and speak out and protect your kids. This is what it's all about. So hope you like this one. Till next time, take care.